is a subject that really always touches me, always. And it's about I would say, the essential aspect of God's plan with creation. I would still call it, according to the riddle I mentioned at your place, as red plus red is white. So, you all know the meaning of sin, right? Missing the mark. So, what I want to try to bring across is how God designed the whole thing of sin, missing the mark, being solved, being resolved. How did he do it? Because, of course, you hear teachings and preachings about Jesus taking away the sin of the world, Jesus becoming sin in order for us to become God's righteousness in him. You know all these verses. But how? What is the, for a lack of a better word, alchemy behind it? How did God do that? How did he solve it really? So, let me just share with you some thoughts. First of all, if you look at sin being missing the mark, if you just keep on to that definition, because that's of course what it means, according to, you can see it in Judges 20:16, about those left-handed, how do you say that, those guys who could sling a stone accurately and not sin, not miss. So, if you hold on to that definition, and then go to the no, let me first mention another example, what I already mentioned to you, and that's a glass. So let's say I have a $1 glass, just a glass, to drink out of from Walmart, whatever. And I drop it accidentally, and it breaks in 1,000 pieces. So, what will be your reaction? To like, oh okay, well, exactly, you mop it up and you just get on with your life. But if the glass would be a $2,000 wine glass that was really purposed to be drunk out of, and just really enjoyed the wine, and that would accidentally fall out of your hands, what would your reaction be?
Oh crap!
Oh crap! Yeah, it's a good one.
Did it have wine in it?
No, it's about the $2,000 worth of glass. That's the crystal glass.
Your heart would sink.
Yeah. Your reaction would be, maybe it's a well-known, how do you say that, expression here, what a waste. Because it's really a waste of that glass. Because it was intended, it was purposed to be used for something enjoyable, right? So, if I would tell you that that's exactly the meaning or the direct consequence of sin, waste. So sin being missing the mark, and the immediate consequence of that is of course waste, because it was intended the arrow was intended to hit the target, and even if it misses it by a millimeter, it's a waste. It misses. It's a waste. That's the meaning of sin as well, as a direct consequence. God hates waste. So, if you keep that in mind, and you go to the Hebrew scriptures, and look at the animal sacrifices that the people of Israel had to do, then of course you can ask yourself why in that immediate area of responsibility of one family, why should had it to be their best quality animal that had to be burned without reason? No reason. That animal was intended to be enjoyed by the family. You know, everybody on the table and enjoy that well-fed animal, high-quality animal. That was the purpose of such an animal, right?
Yes.
And that animal, not the other crippled one, but the best one, is taken as being slaughtered and sacrificed and just burned. So that tells you something about the meaning of sin. Waste. That animal's being wasted. That is the meaning of sin in that sense. Okay, so if you take that, and of course you go to the real deal, the thing that everything refers to, everything was a shadow of. What was the biggest sin ever in the universe? The lamb, yes, the sacrifice of the Son of God, the most beautiful creature of the universe. Yes, yes.
Greatest waste.
Yes, exactly. That was the greatest waste. So then the question would still be, so okay, now we have established that sin is also waste. So then the question will still be, so then how did God use waste to resolve waste? Or how did God use missing to resolve missing, right? Because that is still the question. So then I want to try to draw something, just to give you a bit of a kind of a attempt to an illustration. If your starting point is here, so this is the starting point. So your target is here. So that's where you want to go. You start here. And then you start your journey because you want to reach your target. So you're going this way. And your intention is, of course, to hit the target. So you started your journey, you're here. This, what you see here, you can regard as God's revealed plan. His revealed plan. And this is his revealed target. Now, at this point in time, you can regard this as a piece of time, right? So at this point in time, God creates Satan, the adversary. So what does the adversary do? Because we also have a word called evil. So what does evil really mean?
Break.
Exactly, to break, to destroy, to break. So what is being broken then?
Yeah, what a waste. A burn.
Yeah. But in this case, what is being broken? It's the course that's being broken, being destroyed. This course is being destroyed by evil. So he created, bam, and that creature named Satan, serpent, is immediately operating, deceiving, etc., and breaking this course. Bam! It's of course. Sin already entered the universe. It's of course. So that means that it doesn't matter what direction it is, it's of course, it's going to miss the mark anyway, right? The revealed mark.
Right.
So it's now here heading to something that was not intended. So the question would be, so how should God solve this problem? Something like that, right? How is it to be solved? I'm just trying to take you, right, on the journey. I would say if this has become a new course towards a new unintended, of course, direction, new unintended target. So if God would do nothing here, nothing, then the course would just continue and hit that other wrong target. But there should be one action, and that is, of course, miss again. So this course has to be missed again, but you can miss it. Let's say you are here now. Oops. Other one. So you're here. So you can miss it here, 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 etc. You can miss it in any direction, right? But it's only God that can direct it in such a way that it misses exactly in the direction that it should be missed again, to go back to that original target. So it can only be missed right here, right? This is the only possible direction. I'm just again illustrating something. So this is the again missing to go to the original target again. So that's how God solves missing, by missing again. Okay, so you got this. Now, additional to that, you could ask yourself, and then why Jesus? Why not another person? Why was Jesus the only one eligible to undergo this? Anyone? No one?
It's without sin.
He was without sin.
He was,
Yes.
how did you say it? It was high value. Yeah, he was meant.
High value, you could say that. But let me show you something just to again take you on that journey. Romans 11:36, very well known verse. All is of God. What is the all? This is all. But I'm going to be bold here and draw another one inside. Forgive my drawing here. Okay. So what is the difference between green and red? Anyone? It's a bit far short, huh? The green one, so this one is Romans 11:36, right? All is out of God. What is the green one? The green one is, sorry?
The all, and the red is within the all.
But what's the difference between the two?
One's not all because it's in the all. No?
No. No. But thank you for, no, I mean, I appreciate it. I want to hear some interaction. So the green one, maybe I should write it down. Romans 11:36. The green one is John 1:1.
The red one.
No, the green one.
I thought the green one was Romans 11:36.
No, I mean the arrow, the fact that all is of God. This is Romans 11:36. So all is out of God. That's Romans 11:36. And the green one, this one is John 1:1. What does it mean? In the beginning was the Word, Logos. The Word came out of God first. The Word is God's creative original. Revelation 3:14. It's the Word that is the I will mention the word model. It's not tried 7 times in the furnace and approved, but I hope you understand what I mean. So this is the Word. First, the Word was the original. And everything else was created through the Word. In the Word. It was created in Him. Everything was created through the Word. So the Word is the original, everything else is the copy, so to speak. And that's red. And that's Genesis 1:1. Oh, I will put it here. Why do I explain this? Because again, going to the suffering and death of Jesus Christ, that's the Word become flesh, right? Everything was created in Him. Can you now see that if He is being the one who has been made sin, that God has involved all other sin inside of it? It's being swallowed, gone. That's how sin was being solved. Jesus became sin for all sin to be resolved in one, but not only that, because then if you even analyze it, it would be okay, it would be neutralized. So everything is equal again and then we go to this drawing again, then everything goes to the original target again. But is that true? I mentioned that this is the revealed target. There was a hidden one. That's here, with capital T. That was not revealed in the Hebrew Scriptures, not even in the beginning of the New Testament. So, the real target, the real missing, is this the... Oh no. Oh, here. So the real missing is not this, but it goes to a new target in reality. And that's what's being revealed to Paul. Because here was more like, okay, Adam, if this course was being continued, Adam would not die. A big deal. He would not, right? Adam would not die. He would not die. He would have his potentially corruptible body yet. But he would be able to eat from the tree of life. So he would not die. Okay. But still ignorant. Not a knowledge whatsoever of good and evil. And not a knowledge whatsoever of contrast. No. Big deal. No, we don't want that. There was another real target. Yeah. And that's this one. Yeah. This is a bit of an illustration. And that's why it's not being just neutralized what Jesus did on the cross. It's not only undoing what Adam did. It's not only that. It yields far more, far greater results than we can even ever imagine here in this room. What the result was, what Jesus did on the cross. It's unbelievably awesome, I think. And again, if you also think about that result, just to give you a little analogy, if you would regard what Adam did, eating that fruit, of the tree of knowledge of good and evil, what did he feel, he and Eve? What did they feel when they took a bite from that fruit? Let me call it fruit. Adam. So, what did they feel? The moment they took that bite, not after. I imagine that the taste of that fruit was nice, good. It was a good tasting fruit. So I would say, please disagree with me, but I would say the first hunch, that bite, generated a bit of pleasure because it was a good tasting fruit. Can you be with me? All right. So if it's pleasure, so it's a plus, right? But let's add a value to that. +1, because it's a small pleasure. It's nice. Very one bite, that's it. What was the result? Ouch. What was the result of this bite? That, and but everything that came with that. Not only that, yes, oh, that's terrible already. Murder, all the fruits as well of that being going through all humanity, and therefore we sinned, right? So that's a negative. What value would you add to that? Million? A big. I mean, I'm talking humanity, right?
Yeah.
So let's say 1 million, just to make it easy. 1 million. But now we're going to the work of Jesus on the cross. The cross. No, I will write the name Jesus. I want to. So, what did Jesus feel initially? Not only on the cross, of course, before. Start with Gethsemane, because that's
Agony.
the whole, exactly, agony, pain, so many depressed, exactly, terrible feelings. What value would you add there? Negative how? 1 million?
Yeah.
1 million? Okay. So, if you look at this, if you compare now this part, right? So if you compare the pleasure of Adam with the agony of Jesus. So it's a ratio of 1 to 1,000. Sorry, to 1 to 1 million. You understand what's happening, right? So, what is the result of that? So compare the million then. It's 1 million times 1 million, right? That will be the result. That's the ratio. That's the ratio. In this example, of course, it's magnified times a lot, but just to give you a flavor. This is the result of the work of Jesus, and it's not only equaling the work, or not only neutering or undoing the work of Adam. No, it is infinitely more result. That's why this is the whole design of God's plan from the beginning. And I wanted to share this with you. This is so essential for me. This is the whole fundament of God's whole plan, what He did. And of course, the death of the whole universe was there 2,000 years ago when Jesus died on that cross, seemingly abandoned by His dad. But at the same time, that death of let's say, of Calvary, the same time that was the height of God's and the proof of God's love for us all. And I just want you to realize that. Thank you.
Thank you.
In that top timeline up there, that bottom green dot there, maybe I should say just to clear up probably, God didn't miss, when he went to correct that course, he didn't miss, per se. He broke the course. He hit his mark. The big capital T was his mark.
Yes.
So he did not miss the mark. He broke the course and rebroke it in order to meet the mark, right?
Even, yes, but even, let me put it like this. The whole design you see here was already determined here, right?
Yes.
Exactly.
Just be aware of that. Everything was already determined here,
Yes.
beforehand. So this seemingly missing, it's just relatively, of course, yeah, it's relative. But it was necessary. And it's in God's character to never put more evil in the world and in the universe than is necessary. Never. He will not do that. So, yes, thanks for adding that. Yes. Okay, thanks very much.